Hi, I'm here with sophomore guard Kia Van Laare. Hi, Kia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So I saw you play in high school, and you had a really successful high school career. How was that for you?
High school was a lot of fun. I felt like, I played for New Westminster Secondary School, and we always kind of viewed ourselves as the underdogs of high school basketball, and we just always had something to prove when we played different games, and so it got better and better as the years went along. I played junior in grades 9 and 10, and then senior in grades 11 and 12. I made provincials in grades 10, 11, and 12. And grade 12 went really great. I thought our team gelled a lot better than they had years before. And that year we only had 3 seniors and a lot of younger players. And we ended up losing to Handsworth only by 2. And that was a really sad, I guess you could, not sad, but it was a really exciting game, and I was really sad we lost, but I was also really proud of how we were able to come together as a team and just play our best against the best in the province.
So how did you deal being a senior on your team, a really high competitive elite player, dealing with a young team like that?
It worked out well because I also had 2 other seniors with me, and we were all captains of the team, and we were just able to show the younger players how to work hard, and luckily they all have really positive attitudes and fed off of our energy. And they worked really hard as well, just kind of followed our example.
So now that you finished your first year of university, how do you think that high school basketball and university basketball differ from each other?
University basketball, especially in the States, is very, very competitive. And as I said, in high school, you're usually the best on your team, you score the most points, but in university, everyone is bigger, stronger, and faster than you. And it's really just, I think it comes down to how hard you work and how much you want it, and you really have to put in the extra time in the gym and lifting and shooting and doing your best to be better than the other people, because there's lots of other great guards and posts out there who are just as talented as you are.
Do you have a specific routine in the gym that you do to try and get yourself to be more competitive and better?
Like lifting or shooting?
Shooting and more basketball.
Well, to be more competitive, I find you have to play more, so I focus on that more when I'm playing, and when I'm shooting, I'm focusing on more becoming of a better three-point shooter and a better jump shooter, so it kind of depends on the situation and who I'm with in the gym at the time.
A lot like your high school senior year, last year at SFU we had a small young team. So did you find that it was a lot like your high school experience, or was it a bit different?
Well, it reminded me of my high school experience in that aspect, because we were a lot usually smaller and younger than all the teams that we played against, so it wasn't oh, this is new, I'm used to being the best team. So in that way, I was able to, I feel that since I was used to playing that way in high school, it wasn't too much of a difference in, you'd say maybe the differences between the teams that we were playing against. But of course, as you said, NCAA is a huge jump over high school, and it's way more competitive, and as I said, everyone is an athlete out there, so it was for sure a jump.
Being a student athlete, it's kind of hard to balance life and basketball and school at the same time, so how do you find that balance between school and basketball, and any other programs that you're involved in?
When I first started going to SFU, especially in my first semester, I was really stressed all the time, as I'm sure all freshmen are, and any student athlete, as I would say. It really just comes down to time management, and for me it was just splitting time between school and basketball, and then a little bit of a social life, but not much. I would go to practice, and I would lift and run or do whatever else was needed, and then basically I would just spend the rest of my time studying and trying to get as much done as I could. And also realizing sometimes that you won't finish all of your homework, and you have to be happy with that, because in university it always seems like it never ends, but you just have to do as much as you can.
Do you have a job at all, or?
In the summer I had a job. In the summer I worked for the city of New Westminster, and in the mornings I would work in a petting zoo and take care of animals, and then in the afternoons I would play games with kids in the park and paint faces, and so that was really fun. So I was excited for the school year to start, but also really loved my job in the summer.
And I know you're also involved in our Athletes in Action program here. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Athletes in Action is about incorporating faith and sport, and kind of the whole mental aspect of sport as well, because sport, yes, you can be competitive physically, but how do you measure up to compete mentally? and it kind of like looks at the spiritual side of things. So yeah, I've met a lot of really great people through that, and I found it's really helped like mentally just with the game, and I'm learning more about it. But yeah, it's a good community of people that I've been involved with.
How does that incorporate into balance between school and basketball, and that you're also involved in this program?
Well, I only would go to AIU meetings if I have time. Like sometimes they'll be during the day during school. So if I don't have class or if I don't have basketball, I'll go. But it really depends on what is going on during the weekend. It's not like I have to be there all the time. So if it works in with my schedule, then I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that you're going into your second year of university, what are you hoping to get out of the season, and what kind of goals have you set for yourself?
I would like to be more of a contributor on the team. I'd like to have the same amount of minutes. I don't know if they'll go up or down, but hopefully stay around the same. And to keep like just being really competitive and like have our team just as Langford was talking about, every time that people watches us, he'd like to have people see our team and say that we work extremely hard, and I'd like our team to work towards that. And I like to work towards that and to be an example on our team for that. For just working extremely hard and being extremely competitive. Yeah, those would be my main goals.
Now that we have a larger roster this season, do you think that is going to affect anything on the team dynamic, playing time at all? Anything like that?
I don't think it'll affect our team dynamic. I believe the girls that Langford has brought in are really positive and really nice and friendly, and I really like them, just like the girls that I did on last team. So team dynamics can be great, like it was last year as well. Of course, minutes are going to go down, but that makes our team more competitive. So in the long run, that'll be better for our success.
And just one last question. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Okay. I've always really, really wanted to go to Australia because, first of all, I think the people there have the sweetest accents, and because it has, like, the coolest terrain there, and there's, like, kangaroos and koalas, and, like, you can go swimming, and it's really hot there, and you can get a tan, and I just think that would be really, really fun.
Yeah, and you can go surfing. Like, have you ever been surfing before?
No, never, so that would be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your time with Kia Van Laare. Check out our other interviews on our SFU website.